man?
Hey, how you been, man? What's up?
Cool. You in Los Angeles now?
Yeah, I've been here for a while.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in another area doing security.
Yeah, I moved around a lot.
Yeah,
I talked to you. I was in San Clemente. San Clemente.
Oh, okay.
That's right. You know where Laguna Beach is?
No, I'm not that familiar with California.
Oh, well.
Not Southern California.
It's between Laguna Beach, between Orange County and San Diego.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was, but it's too hard to live there.
Mhm.
It's for rich people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And LA is an easier place to live.
Oh, okay.
Because there are just all kinds of stuff that it's just easier to live.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back here, but when I get a chance, that's where I would like to get an apartment and get a job, and you know what I mean?
In LA?
No, San Clemente.
Oh, okay.
It's nice, man. It's beautiful down there. I like it, and it's calm.
Mhm.
LA is wild, man.
Yeah, it is. Always has been.
LA is wild, bro. It's wild, man. You talk about demons.
Mhm.
Jesus. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But hey, bro, you have a minute?
What's that? Yeah.
You got a minute?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay, I wanna explain the situation. I wanna explain this to you.
Okay.
Now it's very long.
I'm cool.
If you got time and while I'm explaining it, just let me get through it all if you can.
Go ahead.
Is that all right?
I'm listening.
All right. I left Las Vegas, right?
Mhm.
And I went to Rhema Bible College. Right. Now when I left Las Vegas, I didn't know the differences between prosperity gospel churches, word of faith churches, and regular churches.
Mhm.
I thought they were all the same. I didn't understand. I didn't know. So I ended up going to Rhema Bible College in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right.
Mhm.
That is one of the churches. Its founder, Kenneth Hagin, was the founder of the prosperity gospel.
Okay.
Health, wealth, and life. God's going to make you wealthy. God's going to make you healthy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. So these people literally teach you. If you have sickness in your body, you don't have faith.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have enough faith. If you're poor, you don't have faith.
Right.
If you don't give, you're not exercising your faith. And these people believe it. I mean, it was wild. And what I ended up learning was how the prosperity gospel started, how it got started. You know what I mean? Without even realizing it, I was learning how it got started. And what happened was that I have a bladder disease.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the bathroom 15, 20 times a night sometimes.
Okay.
It's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
It's brutal. You know what I mean? So I was going to school for 8 hours a day. Then I go to work for 8 hours, and I go home and piss all night.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point I just couldn't do it. I felt like I was losing my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they told me, they were like, look, after the first year, they were like, look, we like to have you back, but you need to get your health together. And, you know, they prayed for me, put the oil, they did it all. And they basically told me, not they tell me, but they basically insinuated that, you know, there's a problem in my faith.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I'm like, you know what? I don't need this. So I thought to myself, I said, wow, you know, I always wanted to live in Florida. You know what I mean? So I got online and I started looking up churches in Orlando, because for some reason I just wanted to live in Orlando. And I ended up coming across Paula White. Now I never heard of her.
Yeah.
Never heard of her. You know what I mean? Didn't know who she was. Yada. I got online and I started reading about. I didn't really read about her. I read about some of her testimony, but I didn't really read about her past. You know what I mean? But I read about some of the testimony the pastor at New Destiny Christian Center in Orlando, where he ended up dying of an overdose. Apparently he had another life.
Right.
He was going to New York and having sex with strippers.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up dying. They still don't know what the substance was, but he died. So instead of giving that church, he had a wife and 4 kids. Instead of giving that church to his wife and 4 kids, the board hired Paul White, right? And there was a great big split. If you go online and read all about it if you got time. But there was a great big split, and the police had to come, and it was pretty wild. So I'm reading about this, and I'm thinking, okay, well this Mike, I think crazy, bro. Sometimes the way I think, I'm asking God to hear my mind, because I make decisions sometimes that, Jesus. But what I was thinking was, I'm like, well, damn, this church has been through hell, and they must be some really down to earth people.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about the hell that Paul had been through. Wow, they must be some really down to earth people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, well, I was on the floor, so I moved to Orlando, and I started going to that church, right? And what I found was, even after all of that, no, those are the most arrogant people I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I started sitting in there listening to them, and I'm going, oh, I mean, Paula, get up there and talk about how cute she is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the other guy, and what the other pastor was African guy is like, I'm bad to the bone. I'm this, I'm that. And I'm sitting there going, my spirit couldn't swallow it. And then there was the money. I mean, I thought ICLB was bad. No, these people take an offering every 10 minutes. It's just, that's the way it seemed. And what I realized was that she is the prosperity gospel. She is it. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there, and now it's like, okay. Now here's the thing, David. I have a gift, right? Mm-hmm. A spiritual gift. It's worship. And when I go down to the altar and worship, God shows up. He really does. And she noticed it right away. She knew it right away.
That scared her.
No, it didn't scare her. Here's the thing with her. I'll give you some more backdrop what I learned later. And if you go online, you can see it. There was a time when she had a church in Tampa, and at the time it was the second largest church in America. Her and her husband had it. And what happened was that Chuck Grassley, the senator, he started doing investigations. If you remember that, where he called out those 5 ministries, it was Paula White, Creflo Dollar, Benny Hinn, Eddie Long, and Joyce Meyer. Mm-hmm. He started investigations into how they got how they got their money and what they were doing with it. So everything started going bad for her, and her and her husband ended up getting a divorce, right? And then they lost the church. So she was at the top. She was at the top, and she lost it all. I remember listening to her preach one day. She was up there preaching. She goes, yeah, there was a time in our church where we had $40 million in the bank. And she said, I used to fly private. I sat there and I heard that, it's like somebody punched me in the chest. There are people out here hurting, starving, homeless. And you have $40 million sitting in a damn bank? Now no wonder you lost everything. But anyway, that's when the fog for me just started to lift. You know, she basically, and this is gonna sound like a prideful and arrogant statement, but I don't mean it, because I went through hell over it, bro.
Just say what you feel.
She wants to, till this day, she wants to use me to get back to where she was.
Okay.
My gift. She doesn't care. She does not care about me. She cares about my gift.
Right. That's what I'm getting. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? So she started basically chasing me on Facebook. Now, the thing is, T.D. Jakes is her spiritual father, right? And they're really, really close. They're really, really close.
So they're family.
Pretty much. So she's talking to him every day. And they'll never talk to me face to face. What they do is they send me these videos, right? And they post stuff on Facebook, basically telling me, we're gonna bless you, we'll give you some money, we're gonna bless you. All you gotta do is act right. And there was one time when I moved back to Las Vegas, and he actually sent me a message on Messenger. You know what I mean? Tell me that he was going to give me. He said, well, the Lord told me to bless you with $10,000. I said, all right. He said, well, okay. There's a church I want you to go to, and I said, okay. But I'm not going back to Orlando. Silence. I said, I'm not going to Palo Light's church, man. I'm not doing it. I don't care how much money you got. Didn't hear nothing from him after that. And by then, I'm pissed off. So I send them. So basically, now this is where it gets bad. They can't buy me. They're used to being able to buy people. They wave the carrot in front of your face. The blessing. You want the blessing? You get the blessing. You want the blessing? God gonna give you a blessing. God gonna give you a blessing. And they expect people. They literally expect people to jump through hoops to get money. And I told them, like, no, man, absolutely not. I'm not selling my soul to you. Now, and I told her, I said, now, if you want to sit down with me and talk about it, if you want to sit down with me and iron out all this out so we can resolve it, so we can move on, okay. But as far as accepting money from you to turn into somebody that I don't want to be, no. Keep your money. So I've been telling them that for the last year and a half. So now this is where narcissism. I've learned a lot about narcissism. Narcissistic people, when they can't, all they want is control. All they want is control. And when they can't use normal things to control you, they'll go back into your past.
Right.
You know what I mean? David, these people have went to my family. They went to my friends. First of all, disclaimer, bro, and I've said it before, brother. The very last thing that I am on this earth is gay.
I know.
The very last thing. That shit is disgusting.
Yes, it is.
It is, and that's not me. Now, if I was, I'd just tell you. Yeah. Because this is 2020. I don't think I'd be the only one. You know what I mean? That shit is just, God, especially LA. My God, Jesus, San Francisco. But you know that. What if? So what she was? So what? She has the son, right? Brad. And Brad is a psychopath. He's not just a narcissist. He's a psychopath. He's gone back into my life and told people lies. He's basically lied to them. To get, and what he does is he'll lie to you to get you on his side. To get at me. And that's what that's what they've been doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what they've been doing. And it's like every day they go through this, and at the end of the day, it comes out the same, because I've never had sex with a man before in my life.
Lamont,
I wanted to.
You don't have to tell me that. I've been knowing you since the 80s.
No, I'm not telling you that. What I'm saying is that that's what they're doing.
Right.
They're trying to prove something that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? They're trying to find evidence on something that doesn't exist.
Right.
And it's insane, David. It's insane. You know what I mean? I'm going, and it's to the point where my family won't even talk to me, but they won't tell me why. You know what I mean? Because he's basically he's went to them and made up things. There's some people I was dealing with in L.A. He got in touch with them and told them lies. So here I am, and it's like, what they've done to the gospel of Jesus Christ, it's evil, man. It's evil, bro. I'm not talking about what they've done to me personally. I'm talking about what they've done to the gospel. If you ever been to LA before?
Nope.
There's a place, I know you've heard of it. It's called Skid Row, right?
Yeah. I heard of that.
It's the most disgusting place I've ever seen in my life, man. Women actually sit down and use the bathroom, number 2, in front of everybody.
Dang.
People live there tents for miles. For miles. People literally sleeping in garbage on the sidewalk. When I go down there, I might even go down there today. But I'll send you some videos.
Okay.
It's the most disgusting thing you've ever. It's a little like the apocalypse. Like the bomb went off, and this is how people are living.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Desolate, huh?
Oh my God! Jesus, bro.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah. So every time I go through there, I'm just like, okay. And what you have is you have some church. They'll come in. They'll feed people, and then they leave. They drop off some food, they go. But other than that, Christian people don't care anymore, man.
No, they don't.
All they care about is building their little kingdoms. Bishop Jakes wants me to go to his, and I was going to do it too. Go to his daughter's church out here in L.A. But she's fine too. But they have a church, the Potter's House, L.A. And he wants me to go there. He wants me to go there now.
Monitoring.
And I'm like, no, man, no. And I sent him an email. I'm like, you are not turning me into you, bro. You don't have enough money to get me to turn into you. Because the man is a wolf, David.
Yeah, he is. I know.
He is a wolf. I mean, my God. You want to talk about he's sick, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, and God forgive me, but it's true.
Tell the truth.
Because I've gotten to know him. He's very, very unhealthy, bro. Very unhealthy. And not only that, he's very guilt-ridden. He's the one. He started sending me these videos about tithing, and they're not videos on why you should tithe. They're basically videos on it's a lie. And he sent them to me.
Yeah.
He sent them to me, but it's a lie. All of that. There is nowhere in the New Testament where Jesus or Paul or anybody said you have to give 10%. There's no place.
No, I can tell you.
And in the Old Testament, poor people, the people that were poor, they didn't even tithe. And the people that did tithe, that was for the priest to keep the temple, to take care of the poor people. It was like their taxes.
And they didn't do that.
You know, so you get over to the New Testament. Jesus died because we could not fulfill the law. That's why he came. He died so we don't have to live by the law. So when you sit up there and tell people to practice the Old Testament, you're lying to them. You're lying. You know, and there's nothing wrong with asking for money. You just call it what it is. It's a free will offering. If you want to give, you give. If you don't, you don't. That's between you and God. But this whole 10% and give an offering and these seed offerings and all this stuff, it's a lie, man. It's a stinking lie. And he, like I said, he sent me these videos. He literally taught me. So I was sitting there and I'm thinking about that. I said, this man is guilt-ridden. He knows the truth. He knows what's true, but he'll never face it publicly because it'd be too much.
He wants you to expose him, but all at the same time, he's trying to keep an eye on you.
And that's another thing. And David, I've sent him some heavy emails, bro. I mean, I went off on him, man. I told him, I said, man, one day you're gonna die. You're gonna face God, and you're gonna have a lot of explaining to do, because the Bible says that God will be harder on teachers. What did you teach my people? I told him that. You know what I mean? And he Jesus, you know. But yeah. So I know God knows who I am. I know who I am. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It just hurts me that they went to my family. But then again, I have to think, well, if some strangers come to you, if some strangers came to me and started talking about my family, I'd be like, excuse me, I want to go talk to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now, if they can't, if my people, my family can't come to me and ask me questions and yada yada, then even though they're my family, you know.
Who is my mother? Who is my brother?
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
You in good company.
Yeah.
You in good company, bro.
Yeah.
You are.
So, but yeah. So that's basically and she is an evil. Her and her son. You ever see those weird movies where the son is in love with his mom?
Psycho. The Norman Bates.
That's what Brad and Paula. That boy's in love with his mother, man. I mean, literally, he's in love with his mom. You know, and he's a pathological liar. That boy will lie at the drop of Jesus. And he's a pastor. That's what kills me.
Of course.
I'm like, wow. I didn't know psychopaths could be pastors. I didn't know narcissists could be pastors. I didn't get Pastor Paul. Remember Pastor Paul in the ICLV? He's a narcissist.
Why does that surprise you, Lamont?
It doesn't now.
Okay.
But like I said, when about a year and a half ago, I was talking to my sister. You know, when she was talking to me. And I was telling her this, and she said, Lamont, she doesn't even believe in God. She goes, Lamont, it just sounds like you've been on a journey. You've been on a journey. And then I stopped, and I said, that's exactly what this has been. David, like I said, when I left Las Vegas, I had no clue. I had no clue. I just thought church was church. You know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, now that I've experienced, man, you know. So where I'm at now is like,
you know
the
what?
The lone wolf thing doesn't work though.
Let me ask you something.
You gotta find people.
Let me ask you something. If you remember when he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do."
Yeah.
Why isn't that they don't know? And then you go back to John, that scripture that I showed you, where it says, "And they will be made to think they are doing God's service." Who was he talking about? He's talking about the pastors. The reason why the people are lost is because of the pastors. This is the reason why he said, I am the good shepherd. Tithing means good deeds. That's all it means. It has nothing to do with money. Nothing. When the Jews or the religious institution, they made an agreement with Rome to use their establishment in order to have their services. And Rome said, yes, but how are you guys going to pay for this? They said, well, we'll sell blessings and things like that, and we'll give you 10% of what we earn, and in that way, we'll pay for using your temples. That's how the whole tithing thing started. And for them to continue that, they have to teach the people a lie.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a video, Sister Sharon. She's too much. But yeah, you know what I mean. And they basically made a whole religion out of it. They basically made a whole stinking religion out of it.
And that's what he saw way back then. That's the reason why he started turning over the tables and all of that. That's the reason why. He said, of course, you already know, this is a house of prayer, which means a house of refuge. This is supposed to be a place where people who are in pain and who are lost and confused, this is supposed to be a place of refuge where people can come and express themselves and vent and find answers. People are not doing that. And it's not the people's fault. It's the pastors. This is why he said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. This is why he said you have to forgive the people. It's the pastors that God's going to deal with. It's going to be them. This is why I kept telling you, stay away from the people. Stay away from them. Don't blame the people, blame the pastors. And just like he said, you shall know them of their fruit. Now, if you're having problems with the people, it's because of the pastors. And due to the fact that the church is going to be the first thing judged even before the government. Have you paid attention to that?
Yeah, right. Judgment begins in the house of God.
It begins there. Now, you know how wicked the American government is. You know how wicked the American government is. But is he going to start there? No. He's going to start at the church, which implies that the church, in comparison to what the government has done much worse to humanity than the American government. That's deep. You want to know why? Because you're playing with people's souls.
That's the thing. And that's the whole thing, David. That's in this situation. That's what's been more shocking to me than anything else. People are willing to play with your soul.
Those are the devils. Those are the wolves
that takes something.
Those are the wolves.
You want to play with somebody's life, their entire life.
Those are the wolves in sheep's clothing. This is why I tell everybody, that's not a place you want to be. Because it's not only something that you read and believe. It's something that I saw this. I saw it.
You see, and that's what I mean. I had to go through this to experience it. Because when you experience it, then you get it.
You get it.
This is evil.
And you want to know something?
It's evil.
That punch, that real hard punch in your chest, you want to know why it had to impact you like that? You know what's coming. It's because you did not want to accept it. And then so God said, okay, well, I'm going to have to hit him real hard for him to get it. But he's going to get it. And God made you. God knows what it takes. And so he had to impact you like that for you to say, okay, I get it now. Since, it's like, this is why God says, humble thyself. You were not able to do that. So whenever we can do it,
Yeah, he does it for us.
He does it for us. And that's love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He'll allow you to go down to the depths, and he'll go with you.
And you know, if they have been reading my Facebook, they know there is no way in the world. This one here, not him.
Yeah.
We can't tell him nothing. And they've been monitoring your old Facebook and you know, before you closed it, and they saw that post. We've been friends for over 30 years. You can't tell me nothing about Lamont.
David, I think they hacked my Google account, man.
Get another one.
Yeah. But that's how deep it is. That's how deep. She wants to use me, bro. That's all she wants to do. She wants to use me
to draw money.
The truth is that if I really, because I wrote him an email. I'm like, look, bro, I don't see, God is not a cash register to me. It's just not. I don't see him like that. You know, and if I did, I would send her an email like, yeah, sure, give me some money, come give me, yeah, okay, yeah. I don't want to be like that, David. I just don't.
You're not like that.
It's evil. That man, no, bro. No, absolutely not. No. But like I said, I gotta find some people though. You know what I mean? And if God gave me that gift, then I need to start using it. It is pretty powerful.
You're not gonna find people like that, Lamont. This is why I said, listen. You have to do it yourself. And those type of people, once you put that out there, the people are going to be drawn to you. You have to set up a platform. You have to set up a platform. You have to put that truth out there. That's going to penetrate that level of truth in other people, and that's going to be the magnetic effect that's going to bring those people to you.
You're absolutely right. But there has to be some kind of they say in every generation there's some kind of reformation.
Absolutely.
Something has to happen, man. It has to. Every time I walk through Skid Row, I get mad.
Good.
There should be armies of Christian people down there every day.
Absolutely. And guess who's going to do that?
And not necessarily giving stuff out, but just shaking hands with people, talking to people.
Guess who's going to do that?
Yeah, me.
It's you.
Yeah.
So stop looking for everyone else to do it.
Yeah.
It's for you to do it. It's you. It's always been you. Seriously. I ain't playing.
I just want to know how to start.
There is no how. Just do it.
You're right.
And
you're right.
Choose your words wisely. When you said, I don't want to be like that, you know what that means? It means
somewhere I'm considering it, right?
Right. Just say, I'm not going to do that.
And I'm not.
Because you know how I am. I'm 56 years old, and David Brayboy will die. All right? And I've died before, so I don't care. You know, not too long ago, for a long time, I've been wrestling if I want to stay out here or if I want to go back to Las Vegas, knowing.
Where are you? You're Atlanta, right?
Yeah, knowing that it ain't nothing in Las Vegas for me but my two sons. Knowing that I wouldn't be happy in Las Vegas because I wasn't happy in Las Vegas. That's the reason why I came here. I wanted my life settled and blah, blah, blah. You know the story. But you want to know what stopped me from wrestling with that whole thing? It's when I went to the Dr. King church and the parade on my birthday. And I fell in love with this place. I was talking to the elders. I talk to the elders down there all the time. And I was talking to the people of Atlanta, and I was talking to the cops, and I was walking around, because I go to Dr. King's old church a whole lot because I get something every time I go down there. But the parade, and I'm looking at the people, and I'm looking at all of the protesters and people, we still have problems in the community. And not only problems, we have a lot of people who were demonstrating how successful they've been with their institutions in the parade. So that right there told me there's progress. It's not all bad. There is progress. And so as far as I was concerned, even though I've been out here since June the 5th, my birthday on the January the 20th was my first day in Atlanta.
Chocolate City, huh?
Yep.
They like to go on everything down there, huh?
No. Everything is just painted black.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, black people own a whole lot of stuff down here, but it's not like they've got a retirement plan or anything. They've got little businesses here and there, but they'll work their little businesses until they dead. Because they're little rinky-dink business. You will find very few black institutions out here that are considered wealthy. That's just like I know Evander Holyfield. I met him down here. Evander Holyfield owns 9 Waffle Houses, and he told me he's trying to buy 6 more. And so he's wealthy. He's rich. But you have a whole lot of black restaurants down here that these people will never get rich. They'll own something, and they'll own it enough in order to not have to work for anyone else. But if you're not putting money to the side for your retirement when you can't demonstrate keeping your business going, what's going to happen then? That's what you have to worry about. But I know that there's a purpose out here for me because I saw it on my birthday. And so that whole internal wrestling, staying or leaving.
Stay there, man. Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah. Is there a lot of work down there?
Yeah. Yep. If you want it.
I've been there. I've been through there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't stop. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I just wanted to call and man, because these people, they literally had me feel like I was going crazy, bro.
No, you're not going crazy. You're not going crazy at all. They are the ones that are crazy because they're trying to use your gift in order to attract money, to attract wealth.
And that's the thing that just doesn't. That's what doesn't sit in my soul well.
Of course not.
Knowing that.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if that would have happened 10 years ago,
mm-hmm.
while I was in Las Vegas,
right,
and under the fog,
mm-hmm.
it would have been like, well, whatever. But like I said, I had to go through what I had to go through in order to get it,
to gain strength.
Yeah, and really see that thing for what it really see that thing for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
This man, I was watching a video last night. They said 40% of Americans now consider themselves nuns, non-affiliated,
mm-hmm.
non-affiliated with.
Yeah,
the church is losing people in droves, bro.
Right. Good.
They say 80%. They say 80% of kids under 18 will not go to church.
Right.
They won't go. You know what I mean? Something has to happen, man. The truth needs to come back.
That's just like Pac had said. Real recognizes real.
And it's true.
And with this generation today, you can't throw that stuff at them. And see, this is why I was telling people, even when I was speaking out in Las Vegas, that faith ain't nothing but a trick. That's the church's scapegoat for you to stay there and just keep trying and trying and trying. No matter how much you pray to God and you just fall out on the floor, they are always going to say it's your faith. You don't have enough faith and blah, 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 blah. They're going to always use that against you. The church uses everything against you. That's the reason why they are going to get hit first. Now, anybody who's going to get hit first before the United States government, you better get the hell away from them people.
That's a good ass point, though, bro.
I'm seriously.
That's a good ass.
Seriously. Lamont.
That is a good ass point.
Lamont, I need you to listen because this is serious. This is serious. This is not even funny. You know what I'm saying? I want you to see this. See this. You know what I'm saying? Look at everything Rome has done. And then Great Britain has done. And America is nothing but a child of Great Britain. Study Rome, study Great Britain, study America. And look at everything those combining governments have done. War, conflict, genocide, and all of that. Pile all of that up. And then you compare it to what the church is doing. When you see that through the Creator's eyes, the Creator is going to look at the church because you're dealing with people's souls. It's not about flesh and who you drop a bomb on. I'll deal with that secondly. But what these folks is doing over here, that is when you seeing through the eyes of God. You know it. And when I saw that, I'm like, hell no, I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
Because if God is going to hit the church before the United States government and Great Britain and all of them, bruh, you are not in good company when you sitting in there. They have done the greatest evil. So.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But, yeah, thanks for listening, no man. Yeah.
Always. You the one acting like you don't know how to call her, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, just pray for me, though, man, because, man, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't.
You know what, Lamont? You are going to be fine. Just do it.
I don't have energy anymore, man.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do. But, yeah. Alright, that's gonna be alright.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Like I said, I'm glad you like it out there though, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad that I like it too, because it gives me peace. I'm gonna be driving the bus out here and I'm gonna be doing UPS part-time. And I'm gonna be doing those both for like a year until I get me a home out here. And then I'm gonna let UPS go. And I'm just going to go full-time driving a bus out here. And that way I'm going to be financing my books. And Holyfield was saying that he wants to use me to help him stay in shape starting March. And he's talking about paying me like $300 a day. And so I'm going to be
sparring?
Yeah, sparring with him for like three days out of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Do your thing, man. Good.
And you want to know something? The church is supposed to take people off the street because you remember when he said, when I was hungry, you fed me?
Yeah.
And when I was homeless, you gave me shelter? He's telling the church institution how to end the homeless problem. But they just want to do half of it.
Half of it? I was if you go online, TD Jakes was doing a forum. And in fact, Paula's son is sitting right behind. It was a forum with Paula. It was actually she was on the panel, and he's doing a forum, and he made a statement, and it rocked me. You know what I mean? But he basically said, well, look. He said, if the church gave away all his money and we became homeless, we still wouldn't have enough. There would still be a homeless problem. And he said the government wants 25% of your money. The church is asking for 10%. And they want, and then people think the church should be the ones taking care of the homeless problem. He said we just don't have. Basically what he was saying was is that I'm not going to feed all the homeless people by myself. Go online and look at that. The way he said it, and the way it just came off was cold. It just came off totally cold, because the truth is that yeah, the government is the only entity that has enough money to help with the homeless problem, you know, with the food stamps and all that other stuff. But the church should be leading the fight against it. And people should be able to trust the church enough to come to them with resources. But no. Pastors these days, they want their middle class churches in the middle class neighborhoods, and they want to build their kingdoms. And they don't care about people that are out here dying. Like I said, Skid Row has literally opened my eyes, man. Wow. Church people do not care.
They don't.
And if you ask me, the reason why 80% of kids under 18 will not go to church is because they look at the church and they know these people do not care. They don't care. It's like love is the master of everything. When people see love and it's real, they can't resist it. And they say, okay, that's real. These people really care. If they don't see it, people don't want nothing to do with it. And it's killing the church. And I'll say this, I'll let you, but there's Rod Parsley he's gotten dragged into this.
He's still out there?
He's you know who Rod Parsley is? He's in Ohio. He's in Ohio. But he teaches all that. He teaches all that first fruits, tithing, and all that other stuff. He teaches that. And it's a pretty intense situation, David. But I wrote them an email and I said, you know what? You people are the sole reason why the church is dying. You people are the sole reason. You're killing the church with your greed. You're killing it. Because people see that, they don't want anything to do with it. And when you die and when you're gone, 2 generations from now, the church as you know will not exist because of you. Silence. And actually, it got to the point where it pissed Pastor Rod off. It really pissed him off.
Good.
But you know what? It's true. It's true. They're killing the body of Christ with their greed.
And you want to know something? They ought to be, they ought to thank you due to the fact that they got pissed off. Because when they're getting angry, it means they still got a soul. You know, because they feel convicted. The ones who don't get angry, those are the dead. That he's talking about. But it's good. It's good that you're seeing all of this now. Yeah. But you're absolutely right. It's that be the change that you want to see, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I gotta get up and get into life here. Okay, me too. So. Yeah. Thanks, like I said, thanks again for listening, bro. I appreciate it, man. Come on, man. I'm family. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Okay. All right, bro. Well, God bless you, man. You too. Praying everything works for you out there. It will. Stay in touch whenever you you got time. I will. All right. All right, brother. Talk to you later. Bless.